Hello everyone. Today we will be knowing about certain grammatical errors and how to solve them or correct them. These errors describe an instance of faulty, unconventional, or controversial uses, such as misplaced modifiers or inappropriate verb tense, and they are also called usage errors. Error can be grammatical errors, error can be by mistake, and grammatical errors are usually distinguished from factual errors, logical fallacies, misspellings, typographical errors, and faulty pronunciation. So in each slide, we'll be discussing minutely each type of errors and even the solutions for them. In the first slide, you'll see that using if conditionals. So how we use it in incorrect way and how can we correct it, we'll be knowing each and everything. In the first sentence, you'll observe, if I will visit London, I will meet you. The correct sentence is, if I visit London, I will meet you. That means you have to use simple present tense when you refer to the future after conjunctions like when, after, if, as soon as. If they are used, then you will use simple present tense. One side simple present tense, on the other side future tense, simple future tense. You can see one more example also. I will talk to him when I see him in the next 2 days. I will call you as soon as I arrive at airport. So you can see, if the plan succeeds, that means it is simple present tense, and on the other side, I will come. On the other side, there is future tense. So this is the first error that we have discussed. In the next slide, you'll find that the error pertaining to singular noun. Every with and every with. Incorrect and correct. The rule is that a singular noun is used with every. If you see every in any sentence, that then after that the singular noun and the verb is also singular according to the singular noun. So every student is intelligent in the class. You will not every students you cannot write. You will write every student. So this is the another error. These are very common errors, but still when you are asked to correct the sentences or when you are expected to correct the grammar that is incorporated in collectively, at that time you may find that you are not able to identify the errors. So this is the minute way of identifying errors, and after that eradicate them. The third one is that in the next slide you'll see using but and although together. How can you use? The rule says that if the sentence starts with although, don't use but with that. So you will even see one example, although it was raining, but we went to market. So but it is the but here is wrong. How will you correct it? Although it was raining, we went to market. There is no requirement of using but after although when the sentence is starting with although. Even one more example you can observe. Although cell phones have many merits, demerits cannot be overlooked. Although he was not well, he attended the function. We haven't written although he was not well, but he attended the function. So there is no requirement of but if the sentence is starting from although. So these are some minute observations that you can keep in your mind and you can practice your brain accordingly. Another is your and you are. What is the difference that we will see here? Your indicates possession, that is something belonging to you. You are is a contraction of you are. So your and you are. If you find apostrophe after you and after that re, that means it is a contraction of you and are. So why is your cell phone? Where is your cell phone? You are responsible for this project. So you can see the difference, your and you are. So what was your answer? So although it is very much simple, still we need to see to it. Another one is it's and it is. So you can see it, after that if you find an apostrophe, then it is it's or it is. The floor looks great with its new mat. It is raining outside. So when you find it is, then you will see that it is a verb and it shows the possessive pronoun. So here you will see in this slide there are two words, THEN then and THN then. THEN then indicates instruction. It is used for planning a schedule or to indicate certain instructions. But on the other hand, THN then is used only in case of comparison. You can see the first sentence is incorrect. She is beautiful than her. If we are comparing two people, then we will use THAN. And another example is he is clever than her. So here clever, we are comparing both of them, he and her. So THAN is the correct option. First I'll go to Amritsar, then Delhi. So here you can see there is a plan, there is a schedule. The person is moving from Amritsar to Delhi. So in order to indicate any instruction or planning or schedule, you will use THEN then. Now another word is amount and number. So where will you use amount and number? What is the difference between these two words? We'll discuss in this slide. Amount is used for uncountable commodities. When you cannot count something, you will write amount. But if you can count, number is used for countable nouns, countable things. All right. So you can see in the first sentence, which is incorrect, a greater amount of people. People can be counted. We cannot use amount. The correct substitute for this is a greater amount. In place of that, what will you write? A greater number of people are visiting the stadium. So this is the correct sentence. Two more examples are given here. A large amount of sand is needed for the project. So you can see that sand cannot be counted. It is not a countable noun. So we can use the word amount before that. Now, another word is possession shared by two persons. If you find this sort of condition, then what will you do? Use apostrophe only after the name of second person. If you find that two persons are possessing the same thing, so how will you mention apostrophe in that condition? You can see the correct example is, this is Mark and Smith's house. That means the house belongs to both Mark and Smith. But we are putting apostrophe only the name, that is the second one. The person that has come at the first place, we are not putting apostrophe after his name, but we are putting the apostrophe only after the name of Smith. So even you can see it is Smith's and Peter's car. We will not write like this. We are not going to put apostrophe on both the names. How will we write it? It's Smith and Peter's car. So this is also an important point to be noted. Another slide says that each is, each are. How will you use? Use singular verb is with indefinite pronouns. There are two types of pronouns, indefinite and definite. So when you find indefinite pronouns such as each, none, neither, then you will use the verb singular. Incorrect. Sentence, each of the cars are fast. If we are writing each, then it will be each. It will be preceded by singular verb. Each of the cars is fast. So we are not putting is according to the word, according to the cars, but we are putting it according to the word each, according to the word each. All right. Now, even we find neither of them is my classmate. That means nobody is. So it is also singular. It is also taken as singular noun, and it is also preceded with singular verb. Neither of them is my classmate. We are not writing. Them is a plural word, but still we are not using are. One of my friends. So friends here is a plural noun, but still what are we using? We are using is. Why? Because the word is one of my friends is obese. So one of my friend, that means we are talking about only one, not all the friends. So that's why the word is, the verb is used. So singular verb is used. Then we can see the word each, none, neither, one of my friends, like that. One of the. If you find in any sentence, so just recall all these words that I have explained in the slides, in these slides, and practice them, learn them, and keep ready in your brain. Whenever you read anything, just identify whether one of the is written in the sentence, then I'm going to use the particular grammatical rule that was explained by me. Incorrect. One of the train is late. Correct. One of the trains is late. Because when you are talking one of the, that means there are many, not only the one. One of the train is late. That means there are many other trains, and out of them only one is late. So that's why you will write one of the many trains is late. So what does the rule say? In the above sentence, the singular countable noun train follows the quantifier one, which requires a plural noun. So when you are using the quantifier one, that is preceded by plural noun. You cannot write only train. Taj Mahal is one of the 7 wonders of the world. You haven't written here one wonder. You have written 7 wonders. That means after one of, what are you using? Plural noun. He is one of my best friends. So there are many friends, and out of those friends, he is only the one best friend. That's why we are using is and we are using friends after one of. So whenever you use one of the, after that you will be writing a plural noun, and it is expected that you will proceed with a plural noun after one of the. So I hope it is clear. Now one more rule is here. Police is police are. How will you use? Use plural noun, plural form are when referring to police in general. Whenever you are talking about police as a whole, then you will use are. Whenever you are talking about a singular person, then you use is. The word police is an aggregate noun, a word representing an indefinite number of parts. So what does aggregate noun say? It has a plural form. When referring to a single person or singular noun or a specific department, use singular is. So once we will see the example, then only the rule will be clear. The police is coming. The police are coming. Because we are not talking about one person. That person who is one, and he is only the police, and he is coming. So police are coming. That means it is we are talking about as a whole. The police are blocking off the street where the robbery occurred. So you may find here we are talking about police as a whole. There can be 1, 2, 3, and even more number of people, more number of inspectors, or more number of persons whom we are talking about as police. So the police department is at the corner of the main street. If we are talking about department, then what will we do? If we are talking about the department, then we will definitely use singular noun after that. All right. So there is one more slide. Beside, besides. So which is the correct and which is the incorrect one? We'll see to it. Beside means next to. B-E-S-I-D-E. Beside means next to. And besides means in addition to. Just see, only adding S, and the meaning is, the different meaning is coming out. You can see, ask him to sit besides me. No, you will write beside means next to. If you are asking someone to sit next to you, that means you will use the word B-E-S-I-D-E. Ask him to sit beside me. And another example, the bride was sitting beside the groom at the reception. So you can see, if the bride was sitting next to the groom, that means you will use the word B-E-S-I-D-E. The another example of besides, her famous cupcakes, she will donate cookies and a pie to the bake sale. So apart from donating cupcakes, along with that, she is also going to donate cookies and pies to the bake sale. So besides means in addition to, along with that. So that's why, although the words are similar, but you can see only the difference has occurred by putting or adding S in these two words. So thank you very much. We have today practiced certain words, certain grammatical errors, and in the upcoming video, we'll be knowing about, we'll be resolving some more grammatical errors.